All right, welcome Clement's Family Farm. Today we got a special guest with this, Cole Haddock. He happens to be my nephew, but he is my go-to guy when I have an issue or need something that has to do with numbers. He's really smart. He's an operator at a nuclear plant. He's also an electrician. He also kind of got me into brewing. I do mead and stuff like that, and I learned a lot from him. Anytime I'm talking about alcohols, I always go to him, and he steers me in the right direction. So that's why he's here today, because a lot of you vanilla bean people are following me on blind taste testing that we're doing with the different alcohols. So I got 10 different alcohols here that we're going to be using in the blind taste test with vanilla beans to try to figure out which one's the best one. But today we're going to be focusing on Everclear. Everclear, it's one of those things that comes up and it needs to be diluted to 100 proof or lower. And I see the recipes all over the board throughout all the different forums and everything like that. Personally, I don't care because I don't use Everclear. So I never really researched it. But since a lot of you people were wanting Everclear, in fact, Everclear was the number one on the list. Now I'm forced to look into it and try it out. So my go-to person was Cole. And
I ran the numbers.
Yeah, he ran the numbers. So that's where we are today. He ran some numbers. And we thought we'd share that with you to get the scientific, accurate numbers to get the proofs that you need. Every state's a little different. Every liquor store is a little different. Where I'm at, I can only get 120 proof Everclear. I know some of you have the 151 and the 190 proof. But the formula he's going to show us today will work for any of the proofs. But today we're only going to show you and focus on the 750 milliliter bottle because it's a standard bottle. I know they have the 1.75 bottles, but the formula still works for all that. But today we're focusing, and the recipes we'll give you will be on the standard 750 milliliter. Don't worry, I am going to put these recipes on the screen so you can see it, and they'll be in the description below. All right, we'll get to it. I'm going to remove all this, and we'll start talking about Everclear. Yeah. So why don't you tell me how long you've been doing this?
I started when I was 21 years old, as soon as I was old enough to taste stuff.
The legal age.
It's true, though. 21. I started tasting beers to figure out what I liked, and because I figured there had to be a good one out there, so I kept tasting the Gambit, and then I moved on to whiskeys as well and other spirits, just running through them and tasting different stuff and seeing what I liked and what I didn't like. I've been to a class on how to taste spirits properly, and I've applied that to many different spirits along the years. I'm 35 now, so it's been about 14 years of tasting. And me and the wife will go to tasting events and try different stuff from all over the world. So a lot of experience in that aspect.
Cole's wife has a blog or Instagram called Her Hops, and they go around and she gives a woman's perspective on alcohols, the different alcohols. She's super smart and really on par. I can't say that for him. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't go to him if I didn't think he was smart.
I'm the everyman taster.
Yeah. But their history together, going and taste testing, and then there's a local brewery that opens it up to the public where you can do your own brews in their house.
They used to.
Or in their business.
Yeah, Central Coast Brewing used to do that.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah.
back when I was 21.
Yeah.
And we would go in and make stuff and try to make beers that we liked.
Yeah, so they went into a brew house. Is that what it was called? Like a brew house?
Yeah, brewery.
Yeah, and they lent them their equipment or rented their equipment to them and then teach them how to make their own brew. So that's kind of, I think, where you got started.
Yeah, that's where we got started making our own stuff. And from there, I bought my own equipment and started making beers at home. And after a few of those, I moved into mead. Been dabbling ever since.
Yeah. So when it came to mead, I'm a beekeeper. So by law, I can't make mead if I'm selling honey.
Somebody else has to make it.
Somebody else has to make it, right? That's where he came into play, making mead. I dabbled in it a little bit just to kind of see. I wanted the experience on making my own. I learned a lot, consulted with him often. I'm no longer doing that. I'll let him do it. And I'm perfectly happy doing that.
And so am I.
Yeah. And so is him. But also you guys, whiskey too. You guys are looking at whiskeys.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so we're talking about hard liquor. I'm not a drinker for all. And that's one of the reasons I go to him, because I'm not a drinker. Frankly, this stuff kind of hard on my palate. So anyway, there's a little bit of history with Cole, and one of the reasons why I go to him, because when it comes to numbers, he's usually spot on. He doesn't like to be wrong, and this is going public. So all those people that are going to scrutinize, this is a place that's going to happen.
Yeah, definitely double check my numbers. If you think it's wrong,
Yeah.
let me know.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about the formula here?
All right, so we're calling this the proofing formula. And basically what we're doing is we're taking your higher proof alcohol and we're taking a desired proof of 100 or whatever you would like, and combining that to get the percentage of high proof alcohol and the percentage of water we need to combine to get your desired proof.
So for extracts, at least for the vanilla extract, the standard is 70 proof to 100 proof. And some people can't get anything under 100 proof. I know there's some states and stuff that they only sell, whiskeys and this and that. I see people have a lot of issues, so they have to go to a higher proof and then proof it down. So this is the formula that he came up with. Well, he didn't come up with it. The industry standard formula. He had to look it up and go through it and run them through. But this is what the standard formula is. And I'll put that on the screenshot here so you can look at it. This is not what everybody's interested in. I could tell you that right now. They're more interested in what it takes to get that proof down and what the recipes are. So we're going to try to simplify this a little bit for you and get those numbers that you want. And in the description below, I'll have everything written out for you. So if you missed something, always go back to the description and look at it. All right, let's move on to the next page where the real recipes are. All right, so we've got the proofing recipes all written down here. Cole was kind enough to get this all written down. So these are the actual recipe you need for the standard 750 milliliter bottle. You want to kind of go through that just a little bit?
Yeah, so what I wrote down is all of the water quantities needed in milliliters to add to a 750 of your higher proof alcohol. So basically you can add a whole bottle to your container and then look at your chart for your desired proof and then add that much distilled water to your jar and you get your desired proof.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff I've seen on there that they're saying it's 100 proof. Add 50-50 mix. That's good. It still works. But they're still calling it 100 proof. It's technically not 100 proof. If you're trying to be consistent and everything, that's why I say, write everything down, have the actual numbers. So on the chart here, if you do a 50-50 mix, it's going to give you a 95 proof. That's just the way it works. It's it'll still make extract and everything, but I wanted to give you the actual numbers that have been calculated out, so you know what those are. We're looking for 100 proof. The only thing I can get in my county was 120 proof Everclear. I had no idea that they even made 120. I knew there was a 151 and the 190. Had no idea about the 120, so this was a new one for me. So what did I do? I called Cole, and he worked up the numbers for me, and here we are today to show you how to make this 100 proof. And like I said, in the description, we'll have all these numbers, the recipes, so it'll be easy to go to, and you look at what your bottle is and what your proof is, and you should be able to go to it. We have a chart for 190 proof with Everclear, because I know that's the most popular. We have the 151 proof with the chart, and then also the 120 proof, only because that's what they sell here if you're in California. So it's pretty simple. We're going to use the standard 750 milliliter bottle. We're going to go ahead and pour it into... Why don't you go ahead and do that?
What we have is our 120 proof Everclear. We're going to add this to a measuring cup. Even though you can't see it, it says 750 right here. And then according to our chart, to get 100 proof, we add 150 milliliters of water. Again, this is distilled water. I like to use distilled water because it's purified. It doesn't have any contaminants in it for the most part, so it's as close to this pure distilled spirit as possible. You can use your own tap water if you like the taste or whatever, but it can impart a taste, and the alcohol will sanitize it, so it's safe in that aspect. So I like to use distilled to keep it pure, but you can just use any type of water.
So even with the distilled water, there's a thing called shocking. So you can actually shock fresh water with fresh water. So my water well here, if I pulled water from it and I pulled water from a well that was a mile away and added the two, there's this thing called shocking. So when the two blend together, the minerals collide and everything and create cloudiness. There's all kinds of stuff that can happen. We both come from the hazardous waste industry. His early years, he was working for me, and we did a lot of freshwater injection and stuff like that, and hazardous waste injection. So we learned a lot about the minerals and waters and how you can actually shock with fresh water. So today you're probably going to see a little bit of that shocking because this is two different chemicals. You got distilled water. Distilled water doesn't have all that stuff in there. Like I said, you could use tap water. It'd probably be just fine. But you might see a little bit different reaction using tap water because there's going to be some minerals in it. And he said the alcohol is going to purify it or get rid of all
sanitize it.
Sanitize it, yeah. All right, so let's... I'm going to pour this in here.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go ahead and mix them.
That's it. 100 proof.
All right, so now we have 100 proof of Everclear. I'm just going to shake this up a little bit because one of the things I'm seeing across the board is sometimes it clouds up, sometimes it doesn't. Like I said, I don't know what water you guys are using, and it could be the different proofs. There's all kinds of factors that could happen. Even if it does cloud up a little bit, it will go away. You can kind of see the air bubbles in there now. But let's just mix this up. Because I'm trying to replicate what all you are doing. and get a good mix. All right. I don't see any clouding in that. I do see a little swirling going on and things mixing, but for the most part, that looks wonderful.
And I think using that distilled water will definitely help with any of that clouding or issues that you'd have on that aspect. And now I just get this from Vaughn's or Safeway. It's right next to the drinking water. It just says distilled water on it. So it's kind of easy to get your hands on.
Yeah, so it's a pretty simple process. A lot of you are going to want the 8 ounces of fluid for your vanilla extract or whatever extract that you're using and what your recipe is. From this point here, technically we could just fill this back up and then relabel this 100 proof. You want to make sure you relabel it 100 proof because you've already mixed it. Obviously it's going to be, what is it? 150 milliliters more fluid in here now because we mixed in the water.
So it's 900 milliliters total.
Yeah.
Because you added some water to your 750.
Whatever you don't use, you can put it in a ball jar, canning jar, and seal it up, label it, and then you're ready to go. So you could pre-mix this and have it ready to go for when you get your order of vanilla beans in, and then you're ready to go and don't have to worry about it because it'll have time to settle. But that looks fantastic. Yeah. I am kind of curious on how it tastes because I'm not an alcohol drinker.
And we're back.
We're back. All right. Oh my God.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just refill this bottle first. You know that.
We'll hang on to this.
I need to see the neck though. I gotta see the neck.
You can see it.
That looks pretty clear. Other than some minerals in it. I think they're vanilla seeds. Alright, so I got some left over here.
Some dust we had in the
I
jar.
got some dust in there.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just going to pour the rest of this in here.
There you have it.
Yeah.
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 We mixed
Yeah, we mixed
750 milliliters of
750.
Everclear and 150 of water.
DI water.
Distilled.
Can you tell we're related?
Distilled water.
Oh.
Apparently DI water and distilled water are different. Deionized and distilled are the differences. And yeah, you have to like run it through an electrically charged filter to get deionized water.
Okay.
So this is just distilled. They just vapor distill this. They heat it up and it takes the minerals out.
Okay, so
We use distilled water.
I know, but DI water, does it have different properties? Or less properties?
So it's just different. Because like it takes out the it's deionized, so it doesn't have the ions in it.
Okay.
So it doesn't have it's like decharged basically. It still may have some of the impurities.
Okay.
But the ions are removed from it. Distilled water doesn't have any of those minerals or contaminants.
Okay.
So it's just a little more pure than other waters.
So this water is more pure.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm a non-drinker. He's a drinker. Taster. He's a taster. So the palates, everybody's palate's a little different. I know his palate's different than mine. But I always tell people when they're trying to pick an alcohol for their extract is at least taste it. because if you can get it down the first time and it gags you or it takes your breath away, it's probably not a good alcohol to use for your extract, because that's still going to be there even when you make an extract. So I really don't know if I've ever drank or even tasted Everclear. I might have once, but I was probably in junior high. But so today I'm just going to go ahead and taste it. I don't like whiskeys, and I don't like some of these alcohols, but I'm here with an open mind.
It's good to have.
And that's one of the reasons why we're doing the blind taste test, because I want to open up my mind, and maybe this will change it for the better. But I wanted to taste it today, and that was a lot. Wanted to taste it today and see how it is. Yeah, there's a reason why I don't like it.
It's not that good.
Yeah, it's not that good. Yeah, it took my breath away there for a minute. It's kind of got a peppermint back end.
I know.
I don't know. You tell me. You're a taster.
I think there was still some vanilla in my vial.
Don't say that.
It made it much more tasty.
Yeah.
I'll take a pure taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dirty.
Mine was pure.
Yeah, obviously.
So I've been told that this is a tasteless alcohol for making extract. There's no extra flavors to it. There's none of this other stuff, which I agree. There may not be any extra flavors. But the grains and stuff that they use to make it, it's going to give it some flavor. Because I'm definitely tasting...
Almost a peppery, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you get past, like, the astringent alcohol taste, little peppery, so it's spice.
Yeah, I'm
like a spice.
For me, it was peppermint.
Okay.
What I kind of got at the end.
So each spirit will kind of impart its own taste. You could kind of on the back end, it's through a nose, or kind of after you've swallowed, you'll kind of breathe and get an effervescent flavor in some sort.
That's the sensors in your
Olfactory.
the mouth and everything.
Kind of a sinus thing. But those flavors will impart even after the alcohol's gone. So you got to keep that in mind when you're tasting.
Yeah.
And making stuff.
Because I want to tell you, that first initial... now that my sensors are deadened a little bit, I'll try a little bit more.
Rule of thumb is the second taste is always better.
Because it kills everything.
The first one kind of calibrates your sensory palate, so you kind of know what you're going after. And that second one, it's not as bad.
It
But
definitely...
you may be able to get some more flavors on that second taste.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't as bad the second time. Like I said, everything's dead already.
Calibrated.
It's calibrated. Is that what you say?
Yeah,
Calibrated?
it calibrates.
Yeah. I would definitely not use this for making extract. I'm definitely going for what you guys are saying. That's why I'm trying it. It may work great for extract, but that initial bite and everything, I call it a bite because it does kind of bite you. For me, it's just not a good thing. And I think the extracts have too much of a bite for using a high proof. Now, maybe if this was taken down to a 70 proof, I didn't do that this time because everybody across the board was saying 100 proof. So that's what I did for you guys. We made it 100 proof. Now I have a bottle that's ready to go, and I can measure out my 8 ounces from this every time.
I got the hiccups.
So now I can measure this out every time, and I'm going to start making extract tomorrow and start the testing. So I know we have these formulas and everything. One of the questions I saw and people were recommending was using a hydrometer. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a little tricky with the hydrometer. It is a bunch of numbers and everything. I have 3 hydrometers here, and these are brewing hydrometers. You need to get a specific one for spirits.
Yeah.
Okay, so we found this out today. You got to get a specific one for spirits. And I don't know if it has proof on there. It usually... Now I got the hiccups.
You got the hiccups too, right?
Yeah.
Just a sip.
Just a little sip.
Just that sip.
All right.
That's all it takes.
All it takes. So you need to do your little research on there and find out which hydrometer works for you or works for spirits if you want to, measure that way. This is pretty foolproof because this is the industry standard. But I just wanted to touch base on that because we tried this in the Everclear, which we knew was 120, and
It just sinks.
this thing just sank. It didn't. It would have just sank all the way to the bottom. Well, it did sink all the way to the bottom. I didn't have anything. It would just went out of mine and not give any readings. And this is the standard. The standard hydrometer used in brewing and winemaking and stuff like that. So when I saw people recommending them, they weren't quite giving all the right information. So that's what I'm here to today, give you scientific facts and formulas, and then give you the right information. So if you're going to use a hydrometer, get the right one. And then you're going to have to look because some of them, I don't believe they have proof on them. Because most of them all goes by percentage of alcohol. This one has percentage of alcohol on it, but it only goes up to 20%. So anyway, that's a little information on the hydrometers. And yeah, I hope...
Yeah, if you want to buy extra gear and use extra gear, great. Or you can just dump them into a jar.
Yeah.
Totally up to you.
So at least with the 190 proof, if you didn't have anything measuring and you did the 50-50 mix, you're going to be at least 95 proof. So it'll still work. All right, so let's wrap this up. I hope everybody got some good information, some straightforward information on this. That's what I'm here to do, is try to give you the correct information on making extracts and everything. This is scientific, so I'm trying to be
Straightforward.
Yeah, straightforward.
Yeah.
This is not my formulas. It's not his formulas. This is what the standard is in the industry on how to get these things down. I know it was a little bit more complicated. That's why when I started seeing comments and everything, I was a little taken back. But that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video. I wanted to have Cole here, and I do appreciate him coming today, spending some time with me and sharing his knowledge. It's always a pleasure to be around him. But yeah, so if you guys have any comments, you see something that you want to see in the future or next video, please leave a comment down below. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit subscribe. Because I am planning on doing more videos like this to keep everybody informed on extracts and what goes on with them. Because those are the questions that keep coming up. And I really do appreciate you if you leave a comment or hit the like button. It really does help me out because I do all of this out of my own pocket because I do love sharing with all of you, and I do appreciate all your comments. So thank you, and thanks to Cole.
No problem.
I'd say my favorite nephew, but I might get in trouble with my family. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that part out.
No.
Yeah, because I could get real trouble over that. I do want to say this. I love you. No. I want to say this because... No, but everybody's taste buds are a little different. What I like is different than what he likes. So, like I said, you guys are... What we're doing today may be okay for you, but not okay for me. It's okay, though. Just said 3 okays.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Everyone's different. Everyone's going to like different stuff. If you really like this Everclear, more power to you. But I really encourage people to get out and taste their own and just kind of investigate. Try to find something that you like or that you think will be good in your extracts.
Well, let me ask you this, because you and your wife do go out and do all these taste testings. Mm-hmm. Do you and her agree on everything? The short answer is yes.
Yeah. We typically do. She has a slightly different palate than I do. She leans more towards ryes and spiciness, and I do enjoy those as well, but I enjoy like smokiness in certain whiskeys, like a scotch or something. I can do an extremely peaty scotch, and she doesn't want anything to do with that. So we do differ in tastes somewhat, but anything that she thinks is good, I usually agree with.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. Well, it's not wrong.
It's a good answer. As soon as I shut this off, it's going to change. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, just agree with your wife. But no, I do know that because we've had conversations before where they're talking about taste testing and the differences and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, and I wanted to reiterate that to all of you. Just because I like it doesn't mean you're going to like it. All right, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up here, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you again from Clement's Family Farm. And Cole Haddock.
Yeah, in case we didn't mention that.
Yeah, just in case I forgot his name.
All right, now that that's in there. I either gotta leave now or...
Yeah, you're gonna be in hot water.
Yeah.
Does she... I told you when the cameras go off, everything changes.
Oh, we're still rolling!
Yeah.
Just me texting.
Right.
Yeah.
I love this guy.
This can be the cover photo.
Yeah. It's got to be in the frame.
But it's water.
I know, but it's got to be in the frame.
Is it on?
It is on.
Oh, sweet.
Down.
We're never going to get anything done.
No, we're not going to get this done.
I think that went well.
Yeah. You didn't do anything. It's perfect.
No, you did good.
Yeah.
You said it might take 10 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at
Everclear. I hate it.
120.
Mm-hmm.
Can they see my black eye?
Yeah. I don't know if I said my name.
My name's Cole. You may have skipped that.
Yeah.
We'll edit that in later.
Yeah, don't ruin that. I might need that. That's why I'm standing on that side.
So you could see it.
You think we missed anything? don't think so. It's pretty really cut and dry.
Yeah. If you want to take shots of Everclear, you chase it with a crisp cut Carl's Jr. fry, and it goes down nice and easy. That's a little life hack.
Yeah,
If you're trying to get super wasted.
Cross-cut?
Carl's Jr. crisp cut fries.
Okay.
Because it like absorbs that astringentness, so you can.
So
you change it. You have to
you
chase
eat the
it with
fry first, or
a bready food.
or you drink it and then chase it with the French fry.
Yeah, it's a French fry chaser.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's a terrible idea.
Yeah. I stopped drinking when I was a sophomore in high school. Basically, yeah. I learned as a teenager that if you take whiskey and chase it with a beer, it goes down super easy. Never again. Yeah, it's kind of when I stopped. Everybody is a little different. Him and I are both assholes. No.
It's not wrong.
It's not wrong.